Be happy in every situation in a quaint little village, surrounded by rolling hills and quiet cobblestone paths. There lived an old woman named Mary. Mary's house was small and simple, with wooden walls worn smooth by time. She owned very little, yet everyone in the village knew her name, not because she was rich, but because she was kind. Mary had a gentle smile and a listening heart. Whenever someone felt worried or lost, they would knock on her door. She welcomed everyone with warmth, offering wise words, patience, and comfort. Though she lived alone, she was never lonely. The villagers often visited her, bringing bread, vegetables, and warm soup in return for her kindness. Because of them, Mary never went hungry and never felt forgotten. Mary's life was simple, but it was peaceful. One chilly autumn morning, as golden leaves drifted softly to the ground, Mary decided to walk into the forest to gather firewood for her fireplace. Winter was approaching, and the cold air had already begun to settle into the village. The forest was serene. Birds chirped gently, and the sound of rustling leaves filled the air. Mary moved slowly, carefully, enjoying the quiet beauty around her. As she wandered deeper into the woods, something unusual caught her eye. Half buried beneath the soil was a large old pot. It looked ancient, forgotten by time. Curious, Mary knelt down and brushed the dirt away with her hands. With effort, she lifted the lid. What she saw made her gasp in astonishment. The pot was filled to the brim with glittering gold coins. For a moment, Mary simply stared. Her heart began to race. Never in her life had she seen such wealth. Her mind flooded with dreams she had never dared to imagine. She pictured herself living in a grand house, sitting in an elegant chair beside a beautiful fireplace. No more worrying about cold nights, no more depending on others. A life of comfort and ease. But reality soon returned. The pot was far too heavy for her to lift. Still, Mary was determined. Using her resourcefulness, she gathered wooden planks from the forest and built a makeshift slide. She tied a sturdy cloth around the pot and, with all her strength, began pulling it toward her home. Each step was exhausting. As she paused to rest, Mary glanced inside the pot again and felt a sudden pang in her chest. The gold coins were no longer gold. They had turned silver. Disappointment washed over her face, but she quickly reassured herself. Silver is still valuable, she thought. I can still live comfortably. I can still change my life. So she continued. Step by step, breath by breath. She dragged the pot forward, but after another long struggle, she looked inside once more. This time, the silver had turned into iron. Mary froze. A deep sense of despair settled over her. All the dreams she had built in her mind collapsed in an instant. The grand house, the elegant chair, the life of luxury gone. She sat down beside the pot, feeling tired, defeated, and confused. Then something unexpected happened. Mary took a deep breath and smiled. She thought about her life before the pot. She remembered her cozy little home, the warm meals her neighbors brought her, and the joy she felt when helping others. She realized she had been happy long before she ever found the treasure. The pot hadn't changed her life. It had only changed her thoughts. Mary understood something powerful in that moment. True happiness doesn't come from wealth. It comes from gratitude, from love, from being content with what you already have. With calm acceptance, Mary stood up, left the pot behind in the forest, and walked home. That evening, as she sat by her fireplace in her old but comfortable chair, she felt a warmth in her heart that no gold could ever bring. A peaceful happiness filled her soul. And so Mary continued her life as she always had, helping her neighbors, sharing kindness, and receiving love in return. She had learned how to be happy in every situation, and that made her richer than any pot of gold ever could.